to the best of my efforts, and having diverted incredible quantities of mental resources towards the issue, I am yet unable to conceive of why or how there is a pebble in my shoe. I've been nowhere near any gravelly road, earthy mound, or pebbled beach within the last 48 hours. If such a diminutive rock were to have quietly slipped on board this mechanical misfit of misanthropic musings called me, then it would have to have done so days ago. Never mind that my driveway is literally made of gravel and would likely be the first thing I'd touch if I simply went outside. Do with that information what you will. But while some would simply remove the rock, attending quickly to the issue, then moving on swiftly with their day, such a wasted opportunity to make a big deal out of nothing betrays the monstrous maturity of their foul functionality. I'd much rather use it as a welcome distraction from my more serious problems. Hark, distracting angels sing, glory to the newest thing. And perhaps because of the many misguided musings of my mind, it feels almost like my thought pattern is a game of whack-a-mole at times, except I'm chained to a pipe on the other side of the room, consigned to watch them pop up and down without the satisfaction of nailing them to trigger that serendipitous sense of fulfilling finality. But I honestly think that's the experience most people have with their thoughts. A free-flowing stream of consciousness and otherworldly voice over which you have no control nor conception of origin. You, but not you. An odd, bulbous collection of your previous thoughts, trained mannerisms, trench lines, and rail hubs that connect one side of you to the other. Are thoughts us, or are they inside us? Perhaps I might even venture the question of what is me? Somebody whack me, the moles are popping too fast. No, I think, therefore I am. So the thoughts must be me. Not that I've ever actually read Descartes, I'm a faux intellectual after all. Je pense, donc je suis. Idiot. But to the extent that my thoughts shape who I am, maybe I ought to get some control over them. And one of the best ways I've found to do that is to quiet my mind. I may not be able to direct the multitude of cute little streams and creeks, but I can dam the Riverhead. And so, after many moments of quiet concentration on the paradoxical concept of nothing, I've left my mind a void, filled it with the heavy weight of emptiness, the magnificence of blank space, fresh canvas on which to paint the direction of my boarding train. But where to go? I'm seized by the gentle terror of choice. 361 degrees in every direction. And by the presence of the current task, don't think I forget about you. You're on YouTube, where breaking the fourth wall is part of the framework, but it's still jolting when I do it, isn't it? Sitting there in your chair, not drinking enough water. It is exhausting to think endlessly, to be in the middle of a task and not be able to focus on it. Though I might be throwing myself a bit too strong of a pity party, I do, after all, have a confession to make. I may or may not be actively conducting an accidental experiment on myself. I haven't eaten in 48 hours. I haven't slept in 20, and most importantly, I haven't left my apartment nor talked to another human being in more than 72 hours. Which is why I am so flipping confused why there is gravel in my shoe. Now don't worry. I have a balanced meal ready to eat as soon as I'm done filming, a warm bed, and a full day tomorrow to recuperate with friends. But if there are any definitive results to my side-swiped experiment, they only relate back to those things I already knew about myself, though have consistently shown inadequate interest in preventing. I may not ever be able to determine a definitive answer to the many questions about my own thoughts that rattle around as thoughts inside this cantankerous cranium containing kooky creative caverns. But I will surely never conscript an explanation so long as I starve myself of my most Sims-like needs. A brain not fed, clothed, napped, and quenched is not a mind I want answering my misguided missives. And it is so odd that so many of us who are consigned by circumstance to continuously query the cryptic cosmos seem content to do so without regard for our own biological needs. Equally odd is the abundantly apparent fact that we are in no condition to do so when doing so. Thus my particular captivation with the petite calcium crag present in my coupled product. All of which is to say, no matter how much effort you put towards climbing the Muse Mountains, you'll never reach the summit if you don't take care of your basic needs. Simply not eating, drinking, or sleeping enough can be the difference between a good mood and a bad one. More dramatically, shutting yourself off is the difference between euphoria and despair. Let's be honest, we're all anxious, depressive agoraphobics here. We all know what I'm talking about. It is a pain to rise, but rise we will. Together. Ah, look. There's the pebble.